You know what's brutal? It's when you lose a deal to someone less skilled than you that you know you should have closed. And I spent so long thinking I needed better scripts and dialogues, or I needed to be able to handle objections in a different way. I was completely wrong. There was this one real estate deal that changed how I saw sales completely. I was sitting across the table from this young couple, and they just met with the slickest agent in town. This guy had a better pitch than me, a better presentation. He was more well known. By all accounts, I shouldn't have got this listing. But I noticed this one thing that this guy didn't. And once you see it, it's so hard to unsee it. But here's the thing. I firmly believe that the best salespeople are not the best talkers or the most persuasive people, right? They are the best readers at understanding the human being sitting in front of them. The reason you lose deals isn't because of your prospect not wanting to buy. It's because of your own wiring just sabotaging you in the room, right? So what this might look like is the person who overtalks because they hate awkward silences. Maybe it's the person who doesn't have the hard conversation and they dance around the price. I see this all the time with the person who never goes in for the close out of kind of fear of being disliked or potentially being rejected. You can't read and understand someone while your own patterns are quietly running the show. And because everybody buys for a different reason, that's why no script or dialogue can fix that link of your own wiring and your own patterns sabotaging you. Once your wiring is out of the way and you understand it, you can learn to read the human being in front of you in real time. And like I said, scripts and dialogues treat everybody in the same way, and that's why they leak deals. When you can read what the specific person in front of you needs, you stop selling to them and you start selling with them in a way that they need to be sold to, right? You drop the persona, you drop the performance. This is kind of like the anti-sale. And that's what I did with this couple. I saw a young couple with 2 kids under the age of 5 and a baby on the way. And I thought the last thing these guys need is more stress and intensity. And I'm sure this kind of other agent they met with had given them an incredible plan to get them a great price in a short amount of time. But was it the best plan for them? Now, understanding myself, I knew that I was somewhat of an okay communicator and a fairly self-assured person. So I pivoted and put a plan forward that I could make them feel confident and comfortable with. Now, this was a plan that was the slower road, but it still gave them a great result. I could see their shoulders drop. I could see these myths being dispelled where they went, we don't have to go through this brutal process with all these steps that are just going to add more angst and stress into our lives. When you stop selling, you start closing. Because the moment you kind of drop the persona and actually read the person, you're no longer pitching to them across the table. You're now side by side, collaborating, consulting, and working together. Because you don't close by pushing harder. You close more deals by being the only person who makes this human being feel like you genuinely got them. That's why the salesperson who's pushing harder makes people pull away. But the salesperson who looks like they're barely pitching wins the most amount of deals. Now, this idea works across all industries, whether you're selling a product or a service, you're a coach, consultant, business owner, salesperson, whatever it is. Being able to understand your own patterns, where they're sabotaging you, and then being able to read the human being in front of you in real time and selling to them how they need to be sold to, that's what converts. No scripts and dialogues, no objection handling, no personas, no performance, just simple understanding of that person in front of you. Because most people don't lose deals because they suck at sales. Most people lose deals because their prospect can feel the persona and they can feel the performance and it just pushes them away. And that's the brutal part. Once you can see your own pattern, you can start to see where trust drops in a conversation and you can fix that leak. So I made a free pattern finder that'll help you diagnose your own sales wiring. I guarantee you there'll be a few aha moments in it when you read it. Just hit the link below and I'll fire it through. There's no kind of weird spam or funnel circus.